You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Days of Our Lives fans, I have got your early edition spoilers for January 13th through the 17th. Sarah is going to keep Phillip's dirty secret, and also EJ is going to be faking it. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. If you are not subscribed, please click that button. Let's dive right in. As we always do on Early Edition Day, we talk about what's happening the rest of this week to give you some context for next week's spoilers. On Wednesday, January 8th, Ava marches over to confront Kristen at the mansion with accusations of her sending those nasty texts, but Kristen didn't do it. Rachel horrifies Kristen when they realize that it was her daughter threatening Ava. Worse yet, Rachel makes it clear that she is modeling her behavior by watching her wicked mommy dearest. Ava may fill in Brady because he knows very soon that Rachel is the culprit behind these disturbing messages. But first, Brady's got to try and stop Amy Choi, Sophia's mom, from pushing Tate into a shotgun wedding. He doesn't want it, Tate doesn't want it, and he is going to protect his son while still offering to do whatever he can to support this situation. Holly finds out that Sophia's mom wants them to get married and raise the baby. She's quite upset. Holly is spending time sulking at the Kiriakis mansion about this terrible twist of fate that has ruined her romance when her ex-bestie Sophia stops by to talk. Tate also shows up and has to face Holly's wrath over Amy's marriage ultimatum. And Julie hears Doug 3 on a dodgy and tense phone call. She's not having a good day, and she winds up crying in his arms as Doug 3 comforts Julie. By the end of the episode, Brady is over at the DiMera mansion confronting baby mama Kristen about what Rachel has done. Thursday, January 9th, Kristen is mad. She is hitting back at Brady. She thinks this is his fault for daring to date another woman, dating Ava, and not sticking with the mother of his child. He's not going to take that from her. Brady is outraged at the Ava threats and that Rachel learned this bad behavior from her mommy. Brady and Ava are going to get a lot closer after this reveal with the stress of the text out of the way, but Rachel isn't going to stop. Doug may be in danger. Looks like he is attacked because Holly is tending to him. And Xander versus Phillip is back in play, and he is pushing Xander to the limits of his patience again. Sophia tells Tate that she is very sorry for her mom's ultimatums and demands. She can't stop her, but she does feel bad about it. Friday, January 10th, Phillip is outed when Stephanie hears him on the phone talking to Kate about the forgery. She knows that he does not belong behind that desk at Titan and that he used her and he lied to her, and she is furious. Sarah, meanwhile, warns Xander to find another way to deal with Phillip. Nothing murdery, nothing illegal. Stay on the right side of the law or else. Meanwhile, Holly wants to know exactly why this happened to Doug 3, and she demands his absolute honesty. Cat Greene and her siblings are back from visiting mom Katerina up in Vancouver, and she runs into Chad. A little bit of sparks are going to fly. Marlena talks to Kat, who opens up to her, and it looks like she is going to give Doc some info about Katerina that may soothe Marlena or spark more questions because, of course, John Black was so haunted and so certain that he killed her, and she's very much alive, so maybe Kat got some info. Julie still needs comforting, and Chad is there for her. And then when she presses him about Kat, Chad guarantees Julie he will never look twice at fake Abby the scammer, but we'll see how that goes. Monday, January 13th, we're going to see Sarah confronting both Phillip and Kate. So It looks like Stephanie turned around and came to Sarah and told her what she found out. I don't know if Stephanie skips over Xander because he wasn't home or just because she didn't like him kind of pressuring her not to represent Phillip, but Sarah gets the information and comes at both of them. And what happens after that is quite interesting. Also on Monday, Marlena is crying on Steve's shoulder about John's absence. She is very lonely. She is very worried, and I'm sure she's going to catch him up on what Kat told her about her mom. Tuesday, January 14th, a couple of spoilers. Sean welcomes JJ Deveraux back to the Salem Police Department. He's going to stay in town. He's got that new romance cooking with Gabby Hernandez, and this is great. We actually have several cops now since Rafe is off doing his private detective thing when he's not doing his locked in the DiMera basement thing. And EJ plays dumb with Jada. So this has got to be something about Rafe, and he was the one who mentioned that he was off on a black patch assignment. But if Jada has circled back around and talked to Steve Johnson, who is in town, then she is going to wonder why he said something that Steve knows nothing about. So hopefully he'll just play pretty, hot, dumb guy, but he's probably panicking on the inside. Wednesday, January 15th, I've got one spoiler for you. Sarah asks Stephanie to keep the secret. That's what I said was the interesting spoiler tied to this. So it sounds like for some reason, Sarah isn't ready to tell Xander the truth about Phillip's fraud. I wonder if she is scared that he's going to pop off and strangle Phillip, which, that's a fair concern, but it can't stay hidden forever. And I wonder if she just wants to manage how it comes out to minimize him getting all murdery about it, especially since Phillip has been such a jerk to him about the whole thing. So just entitled and bratty when he knew that he was lying the whole time. Thursday, January 16th, we've got one juicy spoiler. Kristen catches Rachel acting out. I wonder if Kristen finds her sending another text or doing something else that might harm Ava or try and put a damper on things between her dad, Brady, and Ava, but it's not good. And then Friday, January 17th, we have Holly realizing that Tate and Sophia are bonding. She didn't terminate the pregnancy, so there is a baby of theirs growing in her, and it looks like her mom is going to insist she have the baby. So Tate and Sophia are dealing with their new reality, and it's eating away at Holly, who's going to continue getting closer to Doug 3. Meanwhile, on Friday, also, Ava and Brady are interrupted while Ava is trying to break up with him because there's just so much messy stuff, and he's got all this Kristen and Rachel baggage, and she's wondering if they probably shouldn't cave to the tiny terrorist. But Kristen shows up to interrupt them. She is in a panic. It looks like Rachel has gone missing.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.